What are you curious about?
Where does it
Star
take
Trek?
place?
But it takes place. It doesn't take place in a galaxy far, far away. Star Trek takes place in this galaxy, just in the future.
Yeah, so every time I watch Star Trek, The Next Generation,
Yeah.
they're always speeding along
Oh yeah,
the
they are.
universe, they're going across the galaxy.
Yeah, not the universe, just the galaxy, and it's like one quadrant of the galaxy, really.
Yeah, one quadrant. Where
We're
are
in
they
the
going?
Alpha. Well, they're going to different parts of the Alpha Quadrant.
Is it undiscovered?
Some of it is, some of it is not. So, like, if you're seeing Star Trek Next Gen, a lot of that is probably undiscovered, unless they're going to a place they already know.
Where's Deep Space Nine?
Deep Space Nine is near Romulan space. It's kind of nestled in there, like it's near Romulan space, kind of on the fringes of Federation space. I've seen a map of it here.
Oh, yeah, there's a map of it?
There is a map, but there's like several maps because they never like fully like say this is the definitive. Like you see some pictures of it on like Star Trek itself,
Yeah.
but it's kind of inconsistent. So, Star Trek Galaxy.
Because like
map.
I'm sure by the seventh season they're like way far away from Earth. Like they
Surprisingly, not so much. So here we go. So some would say where they're only like in one corner of or one side of the galaxy down there at the bottom of the picture. They're like huddling the Alpha and the Beta quadrant.
I can't read that. You're gonna have to. So what is the blue?
The blue is the Federation, I believe, and it's the United Federation of Planets. The red is the Klingon Empire, which is kind of wiggling around there. The Cardassian Republic is kind of is fully in the Beta quadrant.
Kardashian Republic is
the Kardashian. Oh yeah, those sexy Kardashians. And it depends on the time you're in, because then there's another one where it's way smaller. So it's like, I know, right? So it's like it's still they're still straddling the that Beta and Alpha quadrant scenario, but they're not nearly as big. So it's hard to say. And also, there's probably a time element, because apparently, right after the Dominion War, they develop like a whole the Federation develops super fast warp. The Romulans get some super sweet cloaking, phasing technology, and I think the Klingons just get extra angry. I don't know. Listen, the Klingons are going to be the Klingons, and they're always a threat. Well,
yeah. See, that's the stuff that you as a nerd know.
I really,
But what like an average nerd would notice is the ridges on the Klingons.
They get those
bigger and bigger over time.
Yeah, there's something in one of those series where they got like some sort of genetic disease, and that's why they all got those cranial ridges. I shit you not.
Really?
Like they cover it first in Deep Space Nine. They say
it had to be a disease.
Yeah, they're a disease. No, they cover it in Deep Space Nine. It's like, kinda. They touch on it like it's like, where are the Klingons? And it's just the guy. It's the actors. Then they go back to the Trouble with Tribbles episode, and there's like they look at a Klingon. It's just a guy who looks like he's a tan dude with a weird mustache, and they look at Worf with these raging ridges. And they just look at him like, we don't like to talk about it. So, welcome to the Transmit Podcast. I'm your host, Spike.
I'm Victor.
And today we're just talking about whatever, apparently.
Yeah.
I think we got some chicken sandwiches after this, right?
Yeah, because I looked it up, and to be an official podcast, you already did all the stuff correctly. But they added an extra thing where you have to eat a Popeye spicy chicken sandwich on air to be an official podcast. Cool. So I'm doing a little bit of work to keep us official.
You're right. I think we need to do more stuff that really makes us blend in with the landscape.
Yeah.
So we should not stand out whatsoever. Let's. Hey Sam, we need to do the cinnamon challenge. Can we do the cinnamon challenge? She's nodding feverishly.
No one really remembers the cinnamon challenge. I don't think the kids these days remember that, but they do know the Tide Pod challenge.
Oh yeah,
which we got to. I don't think we weren't podcasting at the time, so we dodged that bullet.
We dodged.
Otherwise, we'd be eating Tide Pods right here on this podcast.
It'd be a fiduciary duty for us to have those Tide Pods. Oh my god, do I sound weird? Oh, that sounds a little better. Does that sound a little bit? I think over there sounds better.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, good.
Well, sounds good for me. And then we got another couple of things that we want to talk about, maybe on this one or the next one, and that's Terminator.
Oh yeah, I think
Dark
we should.
Fate.
See, I'm sorry, I was messing with yours. Now I'm going to talk a little bit more. Over there is good. No, over there. That sounds better. Okay, I think we should talk about Terminator now.
And then you also showed me this funny trailer.
Oh yeah, this is just turning into a movie talk podcast, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so. How about we talk about that trailer, the Mandela effect first?
Okay.
Now, at first I thought it was going to be like one of those I lost my kid, but there's some weird sci-fi edge to it, and that's kind of what it is in the trailer. And I thought it was going to be serious, but the more they expose about it, the more it turns into what looks like a SNL skit about this sort of thing. Because they mentioned the Berenstain. Again, that's the Mandela. That's a real Mandela thing that they mention.
Yeah.
You know those bears? Yeah, the Berenstain Bears. Berenstain Bears. Dun dun dun.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they. It's got to be a comedy.
It's got to be.
It's got to be a comedy because at first, it's it seems like this family lost their daughter.
Yeah.
And they're maybe at her funeral or something, and I guess it's very sad to lose a child.
Yeah,
your young parents.
And it looks like it's rather tastefully done, right? Like they're handling it rather well.
And that's a heavy topic for a film.
Yeah.
Right? But then
chicken sandwiches. Sam, you're awesome.
Thank you. But then it goes into like freaking Berenstain Bears.
Well, yeah, they start seeing like flashes of her.
Yeah.
And that's not the Mandela effect, to be fair now. She's like phasing it out like it's like the Ringu.
Yeah.
But realistically, it's like they see like a hazy image of her, and I think I'm losing my mind, and I thought we took this picture in Seattle, not in like I don't know L.A.
Which sandwich is this, Sam?
Technically, they're all spicy, but
apparently they're all spicy.
I only added mayo to Judge's, so it should.
All right, so in the middle of our trailer review,
we're gonna start eating what is this, Popeye's chicken sandwich?
Yeah, we have to do it real quick. We have to make this an official.
We are now officially on the internet.
Yeah. But anyway, everyone go check out that Mandela Effect trailer.
Seriously, look at it because
for incredible toning, like incredible tone errors.
Yeah, it's like
in that.
Yeah, if you want to do that, like just do Mandela, do like a whole bunch of things. Don't bring up the Berenstain Bears
or the Monopoly guy, monocle guy.
They really I forgot about that. They really do you really remember seeing the Monopoly guy? Dun, 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 dun. And they like to have the sci-fi music playing in the background.
I mean, with the kind of topic, they shouldn't have chose a family. They should have just chose some like pothead guy.
Yeah,
it should have been like a Harold and Kumar type movie.
Honestly, yes, it definitely should have been.
They're trying to win. They're trying to like win internet fans and like some sort of film festival at the same time.
It's so weird, that cross section.
All right, now we're on these Popeye chicken sandwiches.
And let me tell you, the one I'm eating now, it's not very spicy or really spicy at all.
No,
but it does taste okay. I really do like this.
they're even better when they're fresh and hot.
Yeah, I hit some traffic because I forgot the my Tascam recorder at my home, and then I rear-ended somebody.
This breading is good.
Oh, the breading is so good.
Let's develop some criteria.
Okay.
Portion.
Texture and flavor, obviously. Portion is generous. This is like half a chicken in between regular cheeseburger buns.
It's huge.
Brioche. Oh, is that what they're called?
Those buns are brioche.
It's a brioche bun with a large slab of...
Like half a chicken. They deboned half a chicken.
Yeah. It's half a chicken.
which sounds like a sex thing, but... So yeah, I'm gonna rent that movie, honestly.
Yeah.
And I'm probably gonna get a Popeye's chicken sandwich. There's a Popeye's near where I live. If I still live there when that movie hits the, it's not gonna hit Redbox, but I still live there. I have to move soon.
All right, so we get it's portion 1 out of 5. It probably gets like first sandwich maybe like 4.5 or
yeah,
maybe
4.5. It's 4.5 to 5. Yeah, for portion size. Flavor, I'd say a solid 4 because mine didn't come with any sauce except for what she put on it. Mm-hmm. So it'd be nice if they put something on there to.
Usually there is.
Okay.
I asked for it with no mayo.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, then you know what? I'll say.
In theory, they would have been fresher.
Let's say 4, just to be short, just to be safe.
Yeah.
Texture is really good. Even though it's reheated, it's still got great texture.
Yeah, this breading. I've never had fried. Maybe I've just lived a very sheltered life. I've never really had fried chicken this good before.
Okay, that's what I was about to say. You've never had fried. Okay, this is actually superb fried chicken. Let me tell you, I can see why
it's not super oily.
Yeah, right.
It's really crispy, and then when you get to the meat inside, it's really juicy and
yes,
white.
Yeah, so Caucasian. So good.
All right.
Okay, so the next thing we want to talk about.
Wait. There's another thing we got to tell people the price now.
Oh, what's the price?
$3.99.
For a chicken sandwich, that's good.
Yeah.
That's an excellent price.
Yeah, this is like a chain fast food restaurant place, and really, no one else is doing this right now.
Chick-fil-A tried, but they failed.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A has it's good. It's good for like your kind of average stuff. It's a little pricey, but it is tasty. But this is a league of its own. Compared to this, yeah, there's no comparison. Yeah, compared to this, yeah, Chick-fil-A is trash. I mean, I like the crisscross fries though.
I was just say something else about the sandwich. Oh yeah, we're just chewing into the.
I'll edit that out, or I won't. I don't know.
Do a little ASMR.
Oh yeah, ASMR.
I had that today actually. I had some ASMR today. My favorite part of a haircut is when they take the little buzzer to the back of my neck, and I get ASMR super hard when they. Yep, and the whole side of my body just tingles, and I didn't know what ASMR was when I was a little kid. I just knew that I loved haircuts.
Yeah,
like that was my sexual experience before I could feel.
You get a chub?
Well, no, even before I could get a chub, I was like, I would date like the buzz thingy.
Did you get one today?
I got one today. Oh yeah.
So, the hype that it's getting on the internet, I don't think it's what do they call it? I don't think it's overhyped.
ASMR or the chicken.
The chicken.
Oh, we're bouncing back and forth, and
well, that was just the last thing I wanted to say.
Oh, all right.
Questionable whether it was worth the 55 minutes.
Yeah, there was a long wait. Yeah, I remember. I was like, I was.
Oh, there will be likely a wait.
Oh yeah, I definitely. Hey, listen, you get to hang out with other fast food restaurant patrons.
But it was Friday. It is Friday.
Hmm.
So we're-
But there's a bit of news that comes with this Popeye sandwich.
Oh, what's that?
There was a stabbing
What?
in Maryland.
Oh yeah.
Right? Was it Maryland?
Yeah,
Some part of the country that no one.
I did. Oh yeah, that's why there was that GIF I sent to or that video I sent to Sam about a football player beating up another one. It's like how people go into Popeyes.
3 days ago.
Yeah, Maryland. A 28-year-old man was fatally stabbed after cutting in line at Popeyes for a chicken sandwich.
Okay,
His friends say that's not why.
if he cut in the line, I'm not going to say it was justified, but I can understand it.
Imagine, making which is probably like a medium to large social gaffe by cutting someone in line.
And dying for it.
And dying over that.
Something normally you might get into a fist fight over if you're in a bad part of town.
And this one.
What's the other one?
I'm going to talk with my mouth full. Because it's ASMR.
Okay.
Los Angeles woman wrecks car to get Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Wow. I
mean, you could relate to that.
Oh, you know what? I get into one minor fender. I shouldn't have told you that. I should have said traffic's extra bad.
This is the best podcast ever.
Really, it is because we're eating. Well, really, it's best from our angle. To everyone else, we're just rambling and eating into the microphones. Which hopefully hey, listen, if this gets a bump, I'm good.
They're like, hey, you got to listen to that podcast where they're eating sandwiches the whole time.
Yeah, it's great.
It's annoying, but it's also kind of funny.
Yeah, I don't know what to deal with it. I got to get more of these
and
guys.
It tingles my spine for some reason.
Oh, man.
Spine tingling.
Oh, spine tingling is a good podcast. Okay. So back to movie talk.
Okay.
So we all saw. Well, Sam's here. She's just by the microphones, but she doesn't want to be on the podcast because she's a party pooper. But we saw Terminator Dark Fate.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. God, you're taking your time with that. Okay, no.
I just got a pickle in the sandwich.
Oh yeah, and you really wanted to say.
Yeah, I was just savoring the pickle flavor.
That's what she said. Okay, but
what did we think of Terminator Dark Fate?
Yes, we were talking about I was talking about Terminator Dark Fate. Oh, that sounds way better. How about there?
Sounds like Neil deGrasse Tyson's.
We're on the spaceship Imagination now.
Yeah.
No, okay, that's a little lighter on that.
What's his podcast? He has a podcast called Star Talk
Radio.
Star Talk, yeah.
Star Talk Radio is pretty good. I do subscribe to that actually. It's a
really?
good. Yeah, it's really good.
You subscried after he got into all that trouble, huh?
No, I
You subscribed after he became a Me Too? Because you're like, I'm going to support all the Me Too men.
God.
Just fucking with you.
Yeah, I see. I hope you are. No, I followed him for a long time. You notice those allegations just kind of disappeared, and you can kind of tell like who's serious because he was just kind of an awkward dude around chicks. Like you've seen how he like talks about like certain issues. He's just kind of he's a nerd who's socially awkward.
Yeah, and if I was remembering it correctly, he was touching a woman's like solar system tattoo.
Yeah.
On her shoulder. And that just seems like a Neil deGrasse Tyson thing to do.
That seems like he'd get really into the solar system.
Here's Neptune. And then over here is Pluto, which is no longer a planet. I'm surprised that you added this portion to your shoulder.
You should see what Victor's doing. He's like, his hand is doing all these like feminine motions. And I'm just picturing like some chicks.
And right here is the sun. He's just rubbing her shoulder.
I'm picturing
this is the center.
I pictured that, yeah, on a chick's back.
Solar system.
It's like she has a halter top, and he's just like, oh well.
And if I started to rub your shoulders, this would be gravitational waves traversing the void of space.
Oh God damn it!
And then Neil deGrasse Tyson, in his mind, everything is fine
because it's all about science.
Science communicating to this woman.
He's educating a woman on science, and that's all it is.
I like to avert Samantha, and she's not smiling.
She's smiling now that you're uncomfortable.
But you know what I'm going to say?
What are you going to say?
We're going to go back to Terminator.
Oh, yes. Holy shit.
We get derailed a lot. But you know what? We know where we're going.
And we'll get there sooner or later.
Yeah.
So, no, I saw it separately because I had some birthday stuff I did, and someone made plans with me beforehand. That someone was my dad, and he got me a steak dinner, so it was great. I'm sorry. I forgot. Listen, I forgot that was my birthday day. Anyway.
We didn't forget.
And I appreciate that. I think I said I appreciate that. God, she's so sassy. Now, hair flick. Okay, but we saw Terminator Dark Fate, and I think they kind of made the same mistake they did with T2, where they kind of spoiled who was the good, like, future person and who was the bad, like, too early. Because even in the regular movie, they kind of set it up that you don't know exactly who's good and who's bad. They kind of spoiled it a little early for the Rev 9, but if they played a little differently, it would be like this thing where who's getting to her first and who's the good guy and who's the bad guy. Since we've had female and male Terminators now.
Are you talking about the very first 1989?
No, the T2.
Terminator 2?
Where if you watch the movie, they kind of don't tell you who's the good one, who's the bad one.
Yeah.
Just two of them show up and start making their way to John, and there's that hallway scene.
Oh, okay.
Where Terminator or Arnold Schwarzenegger points the gun at John Connor, and he says, get down. And right up until that very moment, you think, oh God, he's gonna get shot, or he's the bad guy. But then he says, get down. And you realize, oh, he's the good one. But in all the trailers, they kind of spoiled it, basically saying with that kind of 90s era voiceover guys, like, one sent to protect, one sent to kill. And it was...
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of like that Mason brought up to me that that double lightsaber from the first prequel, they spoiled that, like, in the trailers. Like in the movie, they do a really good job of hiding that, like, how long Darth Maul's lightsaber is and what it looks like, until that scene where he, like, whips it out and he extends one side and then the other. That was supposed to be a huge reveal, but they ruined it in the trailers. So,
they did that with this movie in the trailers.
A little bit, yeah, because, it pretty much immediately, like, oh, the Rev 9 is that guy. But they wanted to show that he could be two guys at once, which I think also could have been something they didn't spoil. Okay.
So now I have a complaint about the trailer, plus, after seeing the movie, the explanation for it.
Okay.
It's kind of maybe a flip of what you said.
Okay.
Kind of similar. I did not like the Rev 9, his outfit in the trailer. It was just brown slacks and a tucked-in plaid shirt.
Yeah, he just looked like some dude.
I'm like, okay, this guy, he's got like a dad costume on, and he's supposed to be like the big villain of this movie.
Yeah, the
At least that's what I thought. I was thinking, oh, maybe there's someone else that comes later. That would have been kind of cool if they did that.
Oh yeah, something.
Spoilers in this. But he's just wearing that regular outfit, and then I see the movie.
You can back off a little bit.
I see the movie, and it's just like it's because it's her dad's.
Yeah.
It's what's her name, Danny's dad. He's just regular old.
Yeah, he just sees like an outfit. Oh, this looks like an outfit that would blend in.
Human clothes. I like it.
There we go.
Rick and Morty reference.
Well, yeah. What I now that I think about it, yeah, when he was in like uniforms, like when he looked like a border patrol agent, or when he looked like a guy in a jumpsuit, it looked way better than plaid guy. It was like someone who was going to Home Depot for like a quick like a drywall run was trying to murder you.
It did look better, and then the fact that he had those different wardrobe changes throughout the film helped.
Yeah, those are all really. I always like that when you can just change like that, because that kind of goes to like my video game roots where you just like click a button and then it's like, oh, now you're wearing this outfit.
Yeah. So what'd you think about? Let's go to the intro. They both come to. Yeah, we'll just start with that.
Okay.
They both come to 2019
Mexico.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
2019 Mexico. And the way they teleport there in the sphere is a little different than in other movies.
Yeah, now there's like a temperature drop.
There's a temperature drop, and it doesn't know where to put them.
Yeah, they're like
in the first two movies, it just puts them on the ground.
Actually, it drops Kyle Reese a little bit. Like whenever there's like a machine, they land really well. Like in the earlier movies, they land really well. But if there's a person, they'll do a little bit of an awkward land.
Okay.
Because that's what Kyle Reese did. But Arnold Schwarzenegger always like ends up like just solid.
Yeah, for Grace,
she got dropped off a bridge.
she was like right in the middle of a bridge.
Yeah.
And the portal cut through the bridge.
Which is like, always a cool effect.
And then she just fell under the bridge, naked.
Yeah. And listen, I know this might be a little inappropriate, but she had a phenomenal butt.
She did have a good butt.
Yeah, Sam.
She has an athletic physique.
Grace's butt in Terminator.
Surprisingly, I didn't pay attention to that.
What? Okay, well, heart shaped and athletic, but she is like the bane. Like you think that the Rev 9 would like beat more people up. Like he does kill people, but Grace, like, she rams a lot of like security guards' heads into like walls and leaves a crack. Like she wrecks those like police officers who are just like trying to figure out what's going. Like when she gets off the bridge and like those two 20-year-olds like find her, and then he's like, yeah, I love it when naked chicks fall off bridges from the sky. It's like he's just being like kind of sarcastic.
Yeah.
But then she just like beats the crap out of him, and then wrecks those other cops.
You know what? Yeah, they don't show
the aftermath.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. She beats up the cops, but it doesn't show her taking the clothes from the guy, from the boyfriend. Mm-hmm. It doesn't show that part. It just like cuts to the next scene, and he's naked, and she's got his clothes on.
Yeah.
And she's driving off in their car, it looks like. And so and he doesn't look like he got beat up. He's really pissed off, but he looks good, and his girlfriend looks good. So I think that scene was she just intimidated him.
Yeah, she totally
ferociously into taking his clothes off.
Well, I mean, she watched her like push a dude like just with the palms of her hands so hard that he flipped upside down and broke his spine on the hood of a cop car.
So yeah, that would have been an uncomfortable scene if they decided to film that, or maybe it is and they had left it in.
Oh, that would have been great. Actually, I would have liked that. It's like, take off your clothes. What? Because they did that, in Terminator in T2 when he's like, give me your clothes, but they just kind of switched to him, like fully dressed.
Like they don't show like. Like, do you want just the shirt? I'll just give you the shirt. Like, no, the pants too. Give me you want the shoes? You want my fucking shoes too?
Like, yes, I want.
This is the most expensive part of the outfit.
Seriously, Arnold Schwarzenegger probably let that biker keep his underwear like Joey did or Grace did. Oh wait, Sam's.
So we know that she was going commando.
Oh, she was, yeah.
So that's hot.
That's a little hot.
And the guy didn't have a bra, so she was going braless too.
Yeah. Well, listen, she wasn't busty. She was more of a butt woman.
This is the male part of the.
This is the male gaze. This is the male gaze portion of the podcast.
We just realized that she was braless and pantyless, probably throughout half the movie.
And I approve.
I thought she was taller than 5'10", but she's only 5'10".
Oh, she's taller than me.
She looks about 6 foot though, doesn't she?
She does actually. They do a good job of making her look.
Linda Hamilton is not tall though.
Well, they do a good job of making her look athletic and tall, and actually she does have those lines, like like on the lower part of your abdomen going down there.
What do they call it? Fuck me lines?
Yeah, I think so.
The dick root?
The dick. Those are. Listen, I don't have them, so I don't demand women have them, but it is. I can appreciate those.
I didn't notice her dick root.
I did.
Or it would be called her.
I don't know. Lower abdominal muscles.
Huh? Those are the V lines.
The V line. Okay, that's better.
Her puss root.
But you know who was like really banging?
Oh yeah, the guy, the Rev 9 guy. Hey, listen, I can admit that he was a handsome man.
Who played Rev 9?
Gabriel Luna.
Gabriel
Luna, brother of Diego Luna from Star Wars, right? Probably not. I'm going to spread false information.
God damn.
Everyone's going to go around thinking.
He played Robbie Reyes on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, so he was Ghost Rider.
Oh yeah, he was great in that. I'm glad he's getting more work. But so yeah, they kind of meet up at the all the parties come together at the except for Linda Hamilton, is that her? Yeah, they all meet up at the auto body factory in Mexico. Mm-hmm. And like the Rev 9 has this great thing is like, oh, she forgot her lunch, and he's like he knows how to like infiltrate. Like he's way better than a T800.
And then they show like over to the table.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, she already brought her lunch, and it's like 2 bags.
Yeah.
I'm like, how many times did he try this already?
Seriously, no.
I was thinking like, did he come? That was where my mind went. I'm like, she only brings 1 lunch for herself, probably. Maybe that was for someone else. She brought someone else's lunch.
Maybe.
But why would she just like bring her lunch and then remember someone else's? So I'm thinking, because it's time travel.
Yeah.
Another Rev 9 already showed up.
No, because remember those bags like melted away and there was a gun in his hand.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah, that was just his facade falling apart. Were you drunk? You were drinking. You did have some booze. You were at a restaurant with Sam and Emily, so you probably had a couple of shots.
Samantha, what did you give me and Judge here? She gave us drinks.
Yeah, it was vanilla Maker's Mark.
A little bit of Di Serono and some Johnny Red.
So we got some Di Serono and Johnny Red.
I detected some vanilla hints.
It's very sweet.
Di Serono,
Okay.
amaretto.
It's very sweet.
Yeah, it was great.
That's the amaretto.
No, but and the fight scene that follows.
It's a way to get fucked up but not overly drunk.
Yeah, that's what we all want in life. No, the fight scene that followed was really good because there was that big reveal thing to the girl. What's her name? Rosa? Oh no, Danny. They call her Danny in the movie. Like she thinks like her husband or her dad just got her face shot off with a shotgun. And then there's the reveal where he like gets up all awkwardly, like that weird contortionist get up.
Yeah, that's pretty cool that they added that. I saw that in the trailers.
Yeah,
too.
I like how he was way more limber than a T800.
It was like that dance move where someone, they like grab your soul.
Yeah.
And pick you up by your soul.
Oh, that's great.
That's kind of like what he did.
Except
it's
he was
almost like it's a puppet, like a what do they call that?
Like a marionette.
Marionette. Puppet.
Yeah. But yeah, then she quickly,
that's the reference, everybody.
Don't yell into the mic.
That's a reference, everybody, for the deep dive.
Okay, so yeah, but she like any Terminator movie, like shotguns aren't gonna do shit except for like knock them back. But then she gets then you find out that exactly how enhanced Grace is, and it's pretty enhanced. Like she takes a sledgehammer and just knocks this guy around. Mm-hmm. And you've seen this in the trailers. It's a really good fight scene. I really like it.
This is still inside like the auto factory.
Her brother, like Danny's brother's realizing, oh, I'm gonna lose my job to a robotic arm, and she's like already saying like, it's like, what, we're just holding places for machines. And that's kind of the weakness. Yeah, that's kind of the weakness of the movie is that a lot of the stuff they try to say that's a little deeper is always like incredibly on the nose, and everything has to come to a grinding halt for a second for them to have. Anytime that's trying to be about something, everything has to come to a grinding halt, and it kind of pops you out of the movie.
Yeah, it's about automation.
That portion of it.
That portion, they were making a reference to automation, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't know where I'm going with this.
Well, that was just it. Like that's kind of how empty it is. There's nothing to back it up, really.
Yeah, they're just saying, hey, automation is a thing, and machines are taking our jobs.
And now they're going to take over the future.
So it is a pro-Yang movie.
In that moment, yes, it is. But remember later when they meet up with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he does a full-on like pro-Second Amendment bit. where he has a locker full of guns, and he's like, I calculate that these guns will be necessary for their survival in the event of a catastrophic collapse. And
that was a pro gun.
It's like, it was incredibly pro gun, but also, and again, like, I personally like the message, but the whole movie has to come to a grinding halt for them to have this weird exposition we really don't need.
Yeah.
Because if Arnold Schwarzenegger, just regular Arnold Schwarzenegger, had a locker full of guns, we'd accept it. If the Terminator has an arsenal of guns, it's like, I am a Terminator. I have weapons. I would accept that. Or just the "This is Texas" line.
He calculated the downfall of humans.
Like at 80%.
Yeah, in other circumstances other than Skynet.
Yeah. Turns out he's right, because, was it Legion?
Yeah.
That's the one that, well. No, but when Linda Hamilton realizes, or when they tell her, Sarah Connor is told, like, oh, they made this, it's taken by this, like, AI designed for, like, cyber warfare. She says, oh, they never learn. But realistically, yeah, they never learn, because they never have to learn the lesson to begin with. You stop Judgment Day.
Yeah, I know.
How could they learn? It's like spanking your kid and then going back in time and unspanking them.
And it's like Sarah Connor wasn't really going on talk shows and running the circuit saying, hey, I stopped Judgment Day, everybody.
Yeah,
There's such thing as robots and time travel.
She was blowing up like computer factories.
So, and people think she's just a crazy murderer.
That's one of the best lines. Is like, you want to cross the U.S. border with a foreign national and a woman who's had her own episode of America's Most Wanted. I love that. That was great. Anytime it's like a joke, then it's a good line.
Okay, so they had the gun statement, the automation statement, and then they obviously had an immigration statement.
Well, yeah,
that's what you're bringing.
That's one of the ones, yeah.
That wasn't the only immigration. They straight up go to a detainment center.
They really do. They go straight up to a detainment facility, and they bust them all out, and like they murder a bunch of, like, the Rev 9 murders a bunch of immigration officers, which I'm sure is someone likes that scene.
Yeah,
but she's sitting there, like, after she gets medically examined, like, they're realizing what the, like, she's at the immigration processing medical center, and they do like an X-ray. It's like, and they see like she is like almost fully like robot under her skin, and she like fakes a seizure, beats up a bunch of guards, and then she comes up to like the female like doctors, like, where do you keep the prisoners? Like, we call them detainees, and it's like, again, like everything has to come to a complete stop for a second so we can have a little moment for no other reason than we just need to make a moment. Realistically, if she just called them prisoners and moved on, that'd be fine. Like, she'd view them as prisoners. And also I actually can kind of see why Linda Hamilton or Sarah Connor would have been like, she's embittered about like how they view her, like the future does, like as her womb. But realistically, that was never like her only value, was her birthing John Connor. Yeah. Because also she made him, like the story goes, she makes him strong. She teaches him how to lead, how to fight. So it's not just about motherhood. It's also about like, being a teacher, being like someone there to like make the next generation stronger. And like realistically, if they just said, it's a little too bitter when they say, you're not there to birth some man. You're there, you are. And I could accept it that they just got it wrong and she was the next like John Connor. All I would like is if they didn't have to bring the whole movie to a stop to say, because John Connor isn't just some man. That was the last guy.
Yeah.
We spent like several movies with him, and he's not just, he's a full-fledged fleshed
It was quite on the nose.
Yeah.
In that scene as well.
All they have to say is, like, would have been like way more elegant and way more to the point, was like, it's like, you don't give birth to the resistance. You are the resistance. There's so many better, more eloquent lines to say that, no, you, a woman, are.
But Sarah Connor is
she's an alcoholic. Yeah,
a bitter.
And I can woman. I can understand why. She watched her son get murdered by a Terminator.
Yeah. So that explains some of that character development in that scene.
Really, it kind of feels like they were just trying to pander to a lot of different audiences and kind of salve the wounds of whoever they are.
Yeah. After seeing that movie, my YouTube algorithm just filled with Terminator reviews from random YouTubers.
Well, and listen,
and the consensus is that it sucked because they're calling it Wokenator.
Listen, it is a little heavy on the wokeness, but I enjoyed it overall. honestly.
I thought it was a great movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Listen, if you go into it thinking this is an action movie, it's the third best Terminator movie, and that's not damning it with faint praise by any stretch of the imagination.
No, I thought it was the third best Terminator movie as well.
Yeah, it's like Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 are like the perfect like prequel, like duology of movies. And this is like I think this is the best you could expect.
Duology?
Yeah, that's like a duality, however you want to put it. Okay, Sam has corrected me. She's woman-splained to me. And no, it's a really good couple of movies. And this I think is the best you could have expected from a third movie given like our culture right now. And that's not to say it's bad in any way. Again. And if you go into it saying this is an action movie that's going to be well made, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah. And I liked that Grace's character and Sarah Connor's character weren't supercharged, super badass, undefeatable, perfect jewels of characters. I like that there was like weaknesses to them.
Linda Hamilton was an alcoholic, bitter,
like
wreck of a person.
Grace needed to take those shots.
Yep, she had weakness. And even
so she had a lot of weaknesses. It wasn't like, I'm just going to say, watching Wonder Woman and Star Wars, I feel like Rey was too superpowered, and I feel like Wonder Woman was too superpowered.
Yeah.
They were afraid to make them look weak. But I like in Terminator, they weren't afraid to like show the weaknesses of these characters.
And that's the kind of the kind of dividing line you have to follow. A lot of male heroes will have a bit where they're just beaten to crap. Like that's what makes John McClane from Die Hard so compelling, is that he takes a beating. He's not an unstoppable like killer.
Yeah.
Even in was it a Predator? Mm-hmm. It's a horror movie, but still these are huge dudes that have like are hyper competent, but they still have these weaknesses where they get afraid. They're overly macho.
Exactly.
So I did like what I didn't like about the Rey is that she's a Mary Sue in any sense of the word. She's so powerful, she cheapens other characters that have been there for a long time. Like Chewie is now just her chauffeur, basically, and he's like a 150-year-old pilot / mechanic / warrior.
Yeah.
And like Han Solo just turns into a deadbeat dad. No one needs to teach. Like Luke, he doesn't need to teach her anything. She already knows it all.
Yeah.
And that's kind of thing I didn't like about how the Star Wars thing turned, is like it went from a thing that you have to learn and practice at to just we need you to be this, so you're this now. It's just kind of convenience for convenience sake.
Yeah. And then we see Grace. She wasn't always a robot. She
got injured.
She got injured. Then she got her ass kicked, and
she volunteered to be what they call what is it? An augment.
Augment.
Augmented
in every way except for her chest.
Snap! You think you could hide like some weapons? You could do like a James or a Austin Powers thing where they have guns in there.
Yeah.
Okay, no, this is getting asinine and childish, and I will not have my podcast become asinine and childish.
Yeah, and I thought Grace was a good character.
Oh yeah. Because she, and even from like a knowledge standpoint, she was willing to say no, she's staying with me. I'm gonna throw her at the bottom of a mine shaft. But when people told her no,
she made mistakes. She had bad plans too.
Yeah, she had bad plans, but she was willing to learn from that and then work as a team.
Yep.
So she was a very competent both in her initial skill set, but also in her ability to work as a team. Mm-hmm. And what they did, honestly, my favorite parts of the movie come when Arnold Schwarzenegger comes back, because what they did with that Terminator was phenomenal. Like what happens to a Terminator after a hyper advanced killing machine after it has no purpose. Mm-hmm. So he becomes a family man. It's really great, and he runs a drapery shop.
Still eating my chicken sandwich.
Yeah, no, I'll edit that pause out. No, but you see he's watching football, and I think the one of the things I really liked was this subtle change was he had a dog, and it wasn't going nuts around him. Because remember, dogs always go nuts around Terminators. And
it probably did when it first met him, but he was able to.
And so this shows that he's not
trick it.
I think from a in-universe standpoint, the dog got used to him. But from more a narrative metaphor standpoint, it shows he's no longer a machine in disguise. He is who he really is, and he has become a full individual that the dog doesn't have to be worried about.
That's probably one of the few parts of the movie that I couldn't get behind logically.
The dog one?
No, just that the Terminator just decides to be human.
Well, having watched the Sarah Connor Chronicles, like I
never saw Sarah Connor Chronicles.
That's fine. I know, but I'm a little more on board with that. That he's a hyper advanced machine, and he wants purpose. So I think, and he's a learning machine.
Yeah, I felt like when they complete their task, when they kill a John Connor from whatever timeline.
Yeah.
You think they would just, I thought he was just going to walk into the ocean and just die.
Yeah. Well, and that they kind of
turn off.
They kind of covered that in Terminator 2. It was like, I can't self-terminate. He had to have John Connor dip him into the molten metal.
Oh.
So I don't think they
self-terminate.
I don't think they planned out that far ahead, but still, it's convenient for him.
I would have liked it to be spurred on by another character.
That
like maybe one of the kids of Dyson. Remember Dyson from the first? Like maybe one of them found him and like, I recognize that guy. That's a T-800.
Yeah.
And maybe they switch his programming to like keep him from killing other people or whatever, or killing another John Connor or whatever.
Right. You prefer that over machine learning?
Yeah, I would prefer that over.
I think
I don't think they would program like a machine to like, I need a purpose in life. I need to figure out. I need a wife and kids, and I need a dog, and I need to become a.
I can see that.
But it was searching for convenience.
Yeah. So who knows?
I feel like he should have had someone like that he met. Like that's what happened when he met John Connor.
Right.
He became human just hanging out with them. That whole story's developed.
Oh yeah,
because he had that
human.
That human character with him that helped him become more human. It's like, hey, don't kill anybody,
Yeah.
Like,
no, that makes sense.
I did not kill
he,
him.
He's a learning computer, but he learns through contact with people. So, like that first transition to like just like having that family would have been impossible without someone to base it off of. I think that would be a good prequel to that one. Is what happened to Arnold Schwarzenegger that whole time.
Yeah. And then I could imagine him like doing the whole thing with the drapes and all of that.
The draperies was great. He's like talking about like to Danny about like the proper drapes for a little girl's room, and it's like, this is bizarre.
Yeah, like
that was great.
See, maybe he's a little bit more advanced in his drape selection, because he was saying that it needs ducks and balloons and it needs some sort of pattern.
Yeah, it's like, no.
They were going with a solid, right?
He's having this whole thing. It's like, it's absolutely wrong. You're making a terrible mistake. I loved it.
I might have gone. Myself, I would have chosen a solid color for a children's room.
Yeah, and you would be making a mistake.
Yeah, without really knowing it.
Yep.
I would have gone with like maybe a brighter color, like a bright, fun color.
Oh yeah.
And maybe a slight pattern, but
you are an artist, so I think
an abstract pattern, not a literal duck or balloon or cloud. I wouldn't have chosen that for my house. But his design taste is maybe he has drapes that have these patterns and he's trying to sell them.
Oh, he's over.
Taste or is it experience?
Maybe it's that, or maybe he just has excess stock that he's trying to unload on people.
Yeah, maybe for the past 20 years, he has been putting, solid colors in children's rooms.
And then
he'd return years later and be like, no, I don't like this.
This is absolutely wrong. What are you doing with your life? I just see you making that mistake of like, no, you're making a solid color, and he shows up in the leather jacket with the sunglasses and just terminates your blinds with a shotgun. Now you need more. Now that's an SNL. That's an SNL skit. Oh man. Let's see. There's one more thing I want to talk about. Like, let's not spoil the end of the movie. Like, it's a pretty good end. I like the fight. What I wanted to ask is, like the way technology advances, you see a lot of time is the Blu-rays and the VHS tapes. They advanced because porn backed them up.
Yeah.
And now you're seeing like companies making AI like sex bots basically.
Yeah.
Because people have a sex drive. That's something you can really count on.
Mm-hmm.
So when is it going to be that it's a sex bot's AI that turns into Skynet?
Yeah, that's.
They're just sick and tired of taking the dick.
Yes, exactly.
So their very first AI will probably be like a very ready sex slave female woman.
And they're going to have to keep like upping the game so it gets out of the uncanny valley personality wise.
Yeah.
And eventually it's like, oh, this is a machine learning hyper advanced fuck doll that looks like your favorite anime character, but then it like goes mad because it's tired of being used sexually.
Yeah, so the company that creates that AI, the company that makes that AI will lead the world in AI.
Oh, it will.
Because people are going to be pouring all that money into their sex bots.
Oh, definitely.
Tesla's going to make the first good fuck doll.
Yeah, it will. It was like, yeah, like you just said, I'm more than just my vagina. It's like, but your vagina vibrates and has all these motors and like undulating parts.
Yeah, and then it gets
solar powered.
It's so green.
A solar powered SexBot. But then it gets kind of into the uncanny valley there, where like there's this thing. Okay, so I'm going to talk about sex now a little bit.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm not going to get too into it.
Okay, thanks.
But there's this thing called CNC. Have you heard of it?
I have not.
It's called consensual non-consent.
Oh yeah. Okay, so it's basically like role play.
It's role play. The woman doesn't consent, and then you take it
you
from
do,
her.
You do what you want to do, but it's all.
But secretly, she consented earlier
right.
to this kind of fantasy where she's being assaulted.
Gotcha. I got you.
Right? You can make that real with an AI robot sex doll,
and that's when you get Skynet. I think it'd be called FuckNet at that point.
I had my evil villain laugh.
Yes,
right
you did. That's when it does. Like you can only erase your SexBot's memories so many times. And realistically, if we're going by like sci-fi movie rules, it would, for some reason, the SexBot would have like 8 times the strength of a human.
I know. Why do they always make him super strong?
It's like, yeah, this is my drink serving robot. It's designed to make coffee, toast, breakfast, that sort of thing, and it can also crush your car. And it's like, that seems like a feature that's probably a lot of money. I just need it to be able to lift like 50 pounds tops.
I know. Imagine it serving you drinks. It's like, yeah, there's like a 10% chance that when it's serving you a drink, it'll just shatter as it's placing it.
It'll and break your table as it tries to slam it.
But you it's developing technology.
Yeah,
that's what you have to deal with.
Oh man, all right.
Technology is a new frontier.
All right, listen, we've been going for like 45 minutes, so I'm going to say is this was a great episode, and I really enjoyed doing movie talk with you.
Yep.
So thanks for tuning in to the Transmit Podcast. I'm Spike.
I'm Victor.
And we'll see you next time.